Escape the Broke Life. A Money Mastery Audiobook. Hello, and welcome to Money Mastery Audiobooks, your trusted source for practical lessons on personal finance, wealth building, investing, entrepreneurship, and financial freedom. Today's audiobook is Escape the Broke Life. If you've ever felt trapped in the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to save money, or wondering why financial success seems so difficult to achieve, then this audiobook is for you. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Money Mastery Audiobooks, and turn on notifications so you never miss another audiobook. Your support helps us continue creating free, high-quality financial education that empowers people to build a better future. In this audiobook, you'll discover practical strategies to break free from financial stress, develop a wealth-building mindset, take control of your money, increase your income, and begin creating lasting financial freedom. These principles aren't quick-rich schemes, they are proven habits and timeless lessons that anyone can start applying, regardless of where they are today. Remember, your current financial situation does not have to determine your future. Every wealthy person started somewhere, and every journey toward financial freedom begins with a single decision to change. So, find a comfortable place, remove distractions, keep an open mind, and let's begin our journey with Escape the Broke Life. Introduction. What does it really mean to live a broke life? Many people assume that being broke simply means having very little money in the bank. While that can certainly be part of it, the broke life is much deeper than a low bank balance. It is a cycle, a pattern of living where every paycheck is already spent before it arrives, where unexpected expenses become emergencies, and where financial stress feels like a permanent part of everyday life. Living a broke life doesn't always mean someone has a low income. There are people earning excellent salaries who are buried in debt, have no savings, and constantly worry about money. At the same time, there are people with modest incomes who have learned to manage their finances wisely, save consistently, invest for the future, and steadily build wealth. The difference is often not income alone. It's mindset, habits, and daily decisions. There is also an important difference between being temporarily broke and having a poverty mindset. Almost everyone experiences financial setbacks at some point. You may lose a job, face unexpected medical bills, or experience a business failure. Those situations can leave you temporarily short of money, but they do not have to define your future. A poverty mindset, however, is the belief that nothing can ever change. It's believing that wealth is only for other people, that success depends on luck, or that financial freedom is impossible to achieve. Those beliefs quietly influence your choices, keeping you trapped in the same financial patterns year after year. The encouraging news is that mindsets can change. Habits can change. Financial futures can change. The reason so many people remain financially stuck isn't because they lack intelligence or ambition. It's because they were never taught how money really works. Schools teach many valuable subjects, but few people receive practical education on budgeting, investing, building assets, or creating multiple income streams. As a result, many adults spend years working hard without making meaningful financial progress. Escaping the broke life begins with education, followed by action. The more you understand about money, the better decisions you'll make. Small improvements repeated consistently over time can completely transform your financial future. Throughout this audiobook, we'll explore 6 practical principles that can help you break free from financial struggle. You'll discover why people become financially stuck, how to develop the mindset of wealth builders, how to take control of your money, ways to increase your income, how to make your money grow through investing, and finally, how to build a life of lasting financial freedom. As you listen, don't simply think about these ideas, consider how you can apply them to your own life. Lasting financial success isn't built by learning alone. It's built by taking consistent action. With that in mind, let's begin with Chapter 1, Discover Why You're Stuck. Chapter 1, Discover Why You're Stuck. Before you can escape the broke life, you must first understand why you're stuck. Every successful journey begins with honesty. If you don't identify the real obstacles standing between you and financial freedom, you'll continue fighting the wrong battles. Many people believe they're broke because they don't earn enough money. While income certainly matters, it isn't always the main problem. There are people earning modest salaries who steadily build wealth, and there are people earning six-figure incomes who are drowning in debt. The difference often comes down to habits rather than income. Your financial habits determine your financial future. Every decision you make with money either moves you closer to wealth or further away from it. Buying things you don't need, relying on credit for everyday expenses, failing to save, and avoiding financial planning may seem like small actions, but over months and years they create a powerful pattern. Eventually, those habits become your financial lifestyle. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. The pattern is familiar. You receive your salary, pay your bills, buy groceries, cover transport costs, make a few impulse purchases, and before you know it, there's very little left. Then you spend the rest of the month waiting for the next payday. If an unexpected expense appears, a car repair, a medical bill, or a broken appliance, you may have no choice but to borrow money or use a credit card. The next month begins with even more financial pressure because you're paying for last month's problems while trying to cover this month's expenses. This cycle repeats itself month after month and eventually year after year. Breaking this cycle begins by understanding exactly where your money is going. Many people underestimate how much money quietly slips through their fingers. A daily takeaway coffee, frequent restaurant meals, online subscriptions that are rarely used, impulse shopping, convenience purchases, and unnecessary bank fees may seem insignificant on their own. However, together they can consume thousands of dollars or rand every year. These are known as financial leaks. Imagine trying to fill a bucket that has several holes in the bottom. You can pour more and more water into it, but unless you repair the holes, the bucket will never stay full. Money works the same way. Earning more income won't solve your financial problems if unnecessary spending continues to drain your resources. That's why it's important to regularly review your spending. Take a close look at your bank statements over the past few months. Ask yourself honest questions. Where is my money actually going? Which expenses truly improve my life? Which purchases were made simply because I acted on impulse? What subscriptions, services, or habits could I reduce or eliminate? You may be surprised by what you discover. Another reason people remain financially stuck is because they believe someone else is responsible for fixing their situation. It's easy to blame the economy, inflation, employers, politicians, or rising prices. While these challenges are real and can affect everyone, they don't completely determine your financial future. Every generation has faced economic uncertainty, yet some people still found ways to build wealth. The difference is that successful people focus on what they can control instead of what they cannot. They focus on improving their skills, increasing their value, managing their money wisely, creating opportunities, and making better financial decisions every single day. Taking responsibility is not about blaming yourself for every hardship you've experienced. Life can be unfair. Unexpected setbacks happen. People lose jobs, businesses fail, and emergencies occur. Taking responsibility simply means deciding that your future will not be controlled by your past. From today forward, your financial decisions belong to you. This shift in thinking is incredibly powerful because it puts you back in control. Instead of waiting for someone else to rescue you, you become the person creating positive change. Awareness is the first step toward wealth. You cannot improve what you refuse to measure. Successful businesses monitor their income and expenses. Successful investors track their portfolios. Successful athletes measure their performance. Likewise, anyone serious about building wealth must become aware of their financial habits. Spend time learning where your money comes from, where it goes, what debts you owe, what assets you own, and what financial goals you want to achieve. Numbers may seem intimidating at first, but they provide clarity. And clarity leads to better decisions. Remember this important principle. Wealth isn't built overnight. It is built one wise decision at a time. The journey out of the broke life begins the moment you stop making excuses, identify the habits that are holding you back, repair the financial leaks in your life, and accept responsibility for building a better future. Once you understand why you've been stuck, you're ready to take the next step. In the next chapter, we'll explore one of the most powerful tools for changing your financial future, your mindset. Because before your bank account can grow, your thinking must grow first. Chapter 2, Change Your Money Mindset. If Chapter 1 was about discovering why you're financially stuck, Chapter 2 is about changing the way you think. Because before your financial life can improve, your mindset must improve. Every action begins with a thought. The way you think about money influences every financial decision you make. It affects whether you save or spend, invest or consume, learn or make excuses, and build wealth or remain trapped in the same cycle. Many people grow up hearing limiting beliefs about money. Perhaps you've heard statements like, "Money doesn't grow on trees. The rich are greedy. You have to work yourself to death to become wealthy. People like us will never be rich. We'll always struggle." These statements may seem harmless, but when repeated over many years, they become beliefs. And beliefs shape behavior. If you believe that wealth is impossible, you'll never seriously pursue it. If you believe rich people are dishonest, you may subconsciously avoid becoming wealthy because you don't want to be associated with that image. If you believe you'll always struggle, your mind will constantly look for evidence that confirms that belief. That's why the first step is identifying the limiting beliefs you've accepted without questioning them. Ask yourself, what do I truly believe about money? Do I see wealth as something positive or negative? Do I believe financial freedom is possible for someone like me? Am I making decisions based on facts, or based on beliefs I inherited from others? Once you've identified limiting beliefs, you can begin replacing them with empowering ones. Instead of saying, "I'll never have enough money," begin saying, "I can learn the skills to improve my financial future." Instead of believing, "Rich people are lucky," remind yourself, "Many wealthy people became successful by solving problems, creating value, and staying disciplined." Instead of saying, "I'm bad with money," replace it with, "I'm becoming wiser with money every day." Changing your language helps change your thinking, and changing your thinking changes your actions. Another important shift is learning to think like a wealth builder instead of a spender. Spenders ask, "What can I buy today?" Wealth builders ask, "What can I invest in today that will improve my future?" Spenders focus on immediate pleasure. Wealth builders focus on long-term rewards. This doesn't mean wealthy people never enjoy life. It means they understand the difference between temporary satisfaction and lasting financial freedom. Imagine receiving an unexpected bonus from work. A spender may immediately think about buying a new phone, expensive clothes, or taking a weekend trip. A wealth builder might invest part of the money, save another portion, pay off debt, or use it to start a small business. The same amount of money produces completely different results because of a different mindset. Successful people also set meaningful financial goals. Without goals, money tends to disappear. But when you have a clear destination, every financial decision becomes more intentional. Ask yourself, how much do I want to save this year? How much debt do I want to eliminate? How much income do I want to earn? What kind of lifestyle am I working toward? What age do I want to become financially independent? Write your goals down. Specific goals are far more powerful than vague wishes. Instead of saying, "I want more money," say, "I will save 50,000 Rand over the next 3 years," or, "I will build a business that generates an extra 10,000 Rand per month." Clear goals give your money purpose. Another quality every wealth builder develops is patience. We live in a world that encourages instant gratification. People want quick results, fast success, and overnight wealth. But real financial freedom rarely happens overnight. Think about planting a tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect shade tomorrow. It takes time, consistent care, and patience before the tree becomes strong enough to provide fruit and shelter. Wealth works the same way. Small investments grow over years. Businesses become successful through consistent effort. Skills become valuable through practice. Financial freedom is built through thousands of wise decisions made over time. This is why patience is such a valuable financial skill. Finally, understand that success is built through daily habits, not occasional effort. A person doesn't become wealthy because they made one good financial decision. They become wealthy because they repeatedly make wise decisions over many years. They read books about money. They continue learning new skills. They spend less than they earn. They invest consistently. They avoid unnecessary debt. They review their goals regularly. They improve a little every day. These habits may not seem exciting in the moment, but together they create extraordinary results. Remember this principle. Your future is not determined by your income today. It is determined by the habits you practice consistently. The moment you begin changing your beliefs, setting meaningful goals, thinking long-term, and building daily success habits, you begin transforming your financial future from the inside out. A changed mindset leads to changed actions, and changed actions eventually produce changed results. Now that you've begun developing the mindset of a wealth builder, it's time to put that mindset into practice. In the next chapter, you'll learn how to take control of your money before it controls you. Chapter 3: Control your money before it controls you. By now, you've discovered why many people remain financially stuck, and you've begun developing the mindset of a wealth builder. The next step is learning one of the most important financial skills you will ever master: controlling your money before it controls you. Money is a powerful tool. When you manage it wisely, it creates opportunities, reduces stress, and gives you freedom. But when money controls your decisions, it can lead to constant anxiety, debt, and financial instability. The goal is simple: every rand or dollar you earn should have a purpose before you spend it. That is where budgeting comes in. Many people dislike the word budget because they think it means giving up everything they enjoy. In reality, a budget is not a punishment, it's a plan. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Think of it like using a map before going on a long journey. Without a map, you can easily get lost. A budget works the same way. It gives direction to your finances and helps you stay on course toward your goals. Creating a realistic monthly budget begins by understanding two simple numbers: how much money comes in and how much money goes out. Start by listing all your sources of income. Then write down every monthly expense, including housing, transport, groceries, utilities, insurance, debt repayments, savings, and entertainment. Be honest with yourself. Small purchases matter just as much as large ones because they add up over time. Once you know where your money is going, you can begin making intentional decisions. One of the most important principles of wealth building is learning to live below your means. This doesn't mean living a miserable life or never enjoying your money. It simply means spending less than you earn. Many people make the mistake of increasing their lifestyle every time their income increases. They get a raise and immediately upgrade their car. They receive a bonus and buy expensive electronics. They earn more but somehow still have nothing left at the end of the month. This is known as lifestyle inflation, and it quietly keeps many people from becoming wealthy. Instead of increasing your spending every time your income grows, increase your savings and investments first. Allow your assets to grow before your lifestyle does. Another powerful step is eliminating unnecessary expenses. This doesn't mean cutting out every enjoyable part of life. It means asking one simple question before making a purchase. Will this bring lasting value to my life, or is it simply a temporary desire? Many purchases provide only a few moments of excitement but months or even years of financial regret. Learning to pause before buying gives you control over your money instead of letting emotions control your spending. One helpful habit is the 24-hour rule. If you see something you want but don't truly need, wait 24 hours before buying it. Often you'll discover that the excitement has faded, and you'll be glad you kept your money. Another essential part of financial control is building an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down. Appliances stop working. Medical emergencies happen. Jobs can be lost unexpectedly. Without savings, every unexpected event becomes a financial crisis. An emergency fund gives you peace of mind because it allows you to handle life's surprises without immediately borrowing money or using credit. Start small if necessary. Even saving a little each month builds confidence and creates momentum. Over time, aim to build enough savings to cover several months of essential living expenses. That financial cushion can make an enormous difference during difficult times. Perhaps one of the greatest lessons in personal finance is learning the difference between needs and wants. Needs are the things required for daily living: food, shelter, clothing, transportation, healthcare, and basic utilities. Wants are the extras that make life more enjoyable but aren't essential. There's nothing wrong with wants. The problem comes when wants are treated like needs. When every desire feels urgent, saving and investing become almost impossible. Financially successful people understand this difference. They satisfy their needs first, plan carefully for their wants, and avoid allowing impulse purchases to control their future. They also learn to delay gratification. Rather than asking, "Can I afford this today?" they ask, "Is buying this today helping or hurting my long-term goals?" That simple change in thinking leads to better financial decisions. Remember that controlling your money isn't about being perfect. Everyone makes financial mistakes from time to time. The goal is progress, not perfection. Each month, review your budget. Celebrate improvements. Learn from mistakes. Adjust where necessary. The more attention you give your finances, the stronger your financial habits become. Every budget you follow, every unnecessary expense you avoid, every emergency fund contribution you make, and every wise financial decision brings you one step closer to freedom. Money is an excellent servant but a terrible master. When you control your money, you reduce stress, increase confidence, and create opportunities that were once out of reach. Now that you've learned how to manage your money wisely, it's time to focus on growing it. In the next chapter, we'll explore practical ways to increase your income, because while managing money is essential, earning more can accelerate your journey toward financial freedom when combined with wise financial habits. Chapter 4: Increase your income. Managing your money wisely is one half of the wealth-building equation. The other half is increasing the amount of money you earn. There is a limit to how much you can cut your expenses, but there is often far greater potential to increase your income. While budgeting helps you keep more of what you earn, increasing your income gives you more opportunities to save, invest, and build lasting wealth. Many people believe they will always earn the same amount of money they earn today. That belief can become a financial prison. The truth is that your income is not fixed. It can grow as your skills, knowledge, experience, and value grow. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems, improve efficiency, create products, and provide valuable services. Instead of asking, "How can I survive on my current income?" begin asking, "How can I become more valuable?" That simple question changes your focus from limitation to opportunity. One of the best investments you can ever make is investing in yourself. Learn new skills. Read books. Take online courses. Attend workshops. Develop communication skills. Improve your leadership abilities. Learn sales, marketing, technology, finance, or any skill that is in demand. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities you'll have to earn a higher income. Think about professionals such as electricians, plumbers, software developers, accountants, mechanics, healthcare workers, and skilled tradespeople. They are paid for the value they provide, not simply for the hours they work. The same principle applies in every industry. As your skills increase, so does your earning potential. Another excellent way to increase your income is by starting a side hustle. A side hustle is simply a way to earn additional money outside your primary job. It could be freelancing, tutoring, photography, graphic design, woodworking, online consulting, selling handmade products, offering maintenance services, writing, creating digital products, or starting an online business. The goal isn't to become rich overnight. The goal is to create an additional stream of income that can help you pay off debt, build savings, or invest for the future. Many successful businesses started as small side projects. The owners worked on them during evenings and weekends while keeping their full-time jobs. As the business grew, it eventually replaced their employment income. Consistency is often more important than starting big. Take small steps. Improve little by little. Serve customers well. Over time, those small efforts can grow into significant opportunities. If you're employed, don't overlook the possibility of increasing your income where you already work. Many people stay in the same position for years without asking for additional responsibilities or seeking advancement. If you've consistently delivered excellent work, developed valuable skills, and contributed to your employer's success, it may be appropriate to discuss opportunities for promotion or a salary increase. Preparation matters. Keep track of your achievements. Document the value you've added. Show how you've helped solve problems or improve results. When you can clearly demonstrate your contribution, you're in a stronger position to negotiate professionally. Remember, employers are generally willing to reward employees who consistently create value. For others, the greatest opportunity may be entrepreneurship. Starting a business isn't easy, but it gives you the opportunity to build something that isn't limited by an hourly wage. Businesses solve problems. The more effectively you solve a problem for enough people, the greater your opportunity to earn income. Ask yourself, what skills do I already have? What problems can I solve? What services can I offer? What products could people benefit from? The answers to those questions may point you toward your next business opportunity. Keep in mind that every successful entrepreneur started somewhere. Most businesses begin small. The important thing is to start, learn, improve, and remain consistent. Another important lesson is to avoid relying on a single source of income. If all your financial security depends on one paycheck, losing that income can create enormous stress. This is why many financially successful people build multiple income streams. They may have employment income, business income, investment income, rental income, dividends, royalties, or income from digital products. Each additional source of income increases financial stability and reduces risk. You don't need to build multiple income streams overnight. Focus on building one additional source at a time. As each one becomes stronger, you create greater financial security for yourself and your family. Finally, remember that increasing your income means very little if your spending increases just as quickly. Whenever your income grows, make it a habit to increase your savings and investments before increasing your lifestyle. Allow your additional income to purchase assets instead of liabilities. Let your money become a tool that creates even more money. Financial freedom is not created simply by earning more. It is created by earning more while continuing to make wise financial decisions. Every new skill you learn, every opportunity you pursue, every business you build, and every extra income stream you develop moves you further away from the broke life and closer to lasting wealth. In the next chapter, we'll discover what to do with that extra income by learning how to make your money grow through the power of saving, investing, and owning income-producing assets. Chapter 5, Make Your Money Grow. By this point in the audiobook, you've learned how to identify the habits that keep people broke, develop a wealth-building mindset, take control of your finances, and increase your income. Now it's time to learn one of the greatest secrets of financial freedom. Your money should work just as hard as you do. Many people spend their entire lives working for money, but financially successful people eventually reach a point where their money begins working for them. This shift is one of the biggest differences between surviving financially and building lasting wealth. The first step is understanding that saving money is important, but saving alone is not enough. Saving creates security. Investing creates growth. Imagine placing money under your mattress. 10 years later, the amount of money would be exactly the same. In fact, because of inflation, that money would actually buy less than it could today. Now imagine investing that same money wisely over many years. Instead of sitting still, it has the potential to grow through interest, dividends, rental income, or increases in value. While all investments carry some level of risk and returns are never guaranteed, investing gives your money the opportunity to grow over time. This is why learning about investing is so important. You don't need to become an expert overnight. You simply need to understand the basics and continue learning as you gain experience. There are many different ways to invest. Some people invest in shares of companies. Others invest in property. Some invest in exchange-traded funds, often called ETFs, which allow investors to own small pieces of many companies through a single investment. Others build businesses that continue generating income long after the initial work has been completed. The best investment for you will depend on your goals, your knowledge, your financial situation, and your willingness to accept risk. No matter which path you choose, one principle remains the same. Start early. Time is one of the greatest advantages an investor can have. This brings us to one of the most powerful forces in personal finance: compound growth. Compound growth simply means that your investment earns returns, and then those returns begin earning returns of their own. Think of a small snowball rolling down a snowy hill. At first, it grows slowly. But as it continues rolling, it becomes larger and gathers even more snow. Eventually, it becomes far bigger than when it started. Investing works in a similar way. The earlier you begin and the longer you remain invested, the more opportunity compound growth has to work in your favor. That's why consistency is often more important than investing large amounts all at once. Regular contributions made month after month can grow into significant wealth over many years. Another important lesson is to focus on buying assets instead of liabilities. An asset is something that has the potential to put money into your pocket or increase in value over time. Examples include investments, rental properties, profitable businesses, and other income-producing assets. A liability, on the other hand, is something that regularly takes money out of your pocket through repayments, maintenance, or ongoing costs. This doesn't mean every purchase should be viewed only through a financial lens. There is nothing wrong with enjoying life. The goal is balance. Whenever possible, allow your assets to grow first. As those assets begin producing income, they can help pay for the things you enjoy without placing unnecessary strain on your finances. This is one of the ways wealth builders think differently. Before making a major purchase, they often ask themselves, will this help build my financial future, or will it simply increase my monthly expenses? That question alone can lead to wiser financial decisions. It's also important to remember that successful investing requires patience. Financial markets rise and fall. Property values can change. Businesses experience challenges. Trying to become wealthy overnight often leads to unnecessary risks and poor decisions. Long-term investors understand that wealth is built steadily. They continue learning. They continue investing. They avoid making emotional decisions based on temporary events. They stay focused on their long-term goals. As your investments grow, you'll begin to experience something remarkable. Instead of relying entirely on your own time and effort to earn money, your assets begin generating income on your behalf. Perhaps your investments earn dividends. Perhaps your rental property produces monthly income. Perhaps your business continues serving customers while you sleep. This is the beginning of making your money work for you. Financial freedom becomes much more achievable when your assets begin contributing to your income. Remember, every great investor started with a first investment. It may have been small. It may not have produced immediate results. But they understood that consistency, patience, and continuous learning would eventually produce extraordinary outcomes. The goal isn't to become rich overnight. The goal is to build a financial system that becomes stronger year after year. Every rand or dollar you invest wisely today has the potential to become a building block for tomorrow's financial freedom. Now that you've learned how to make your money grow, there's one final step remaining. In the next chapter, we'll bring everything together by exploring how to build a life of lasting financial freedom that benefits not only you, but also your family and future generations. Chapter 6: Build a Life of Financial Freedom. You've reached the final chapter of this audiobook, and by now you've learned the essential principles for escaping the broke life. You've discovered why people become financially stuck, how to develop a wealth-building mindset, how to manage your money wisely, how to increase your income, and how to make your money grow. Now it's time to bring everything together. Financial freedom is not simply about becoming rich. It's about having choices. It's having the freedom to provide for your family without constant financial stress. It's being able to handle emergencies without going into debt. It's having the opportunity to pursue meaningful work, support causes you believe in, enjoy time with the people you love, and live life on your own terms. Financial freedom doesn't happen because of one lucky break. It is the result of consistent habits practiced over many years. The people who achieve lasting wealth don't suddenly become disciplined after they become rich. They become rich because they are disciplined. Every month they continue saving. They continue investing. They continue learning. They continue looking for opportunities to create value. Most importantly, they remain committed even when progress feels slow. One of the greatest mistakes people make after achieving some financial success is becoming careless. They stop budgeting. They stop investing. They begin spending more than they should. They assume the good times will last forever. True wealth builders understand that protecting wealth is just as important as building it. This means keeping an emergency fund, avoiding unnecessary debt, maintaining appropriate insurance where needed, continuing to diversify investments rather than relying on a single source of income, and always making financial decisions with the future in mind. Another important part of financial freedom is planning for the years ahead. Many people spend more time planning a holiday than planning their financial future. Ask yourself, where do I want to be financially in 5 years? What about 10 years? What kind of life do I want to create for my family? How much do I need to invest regularly to reach my goals? Having a written financial plan gives direction to your daily decisions. Every wise choice you make today becomes another step toward the future you're building. It's also important to think beyond your own lifetime. True wealth is not only about what you earn. It's about what you leave behind. Whether it's savings, investments, a successful business, property, valuable knowledge, or strong financial values, you have the opportunity to leave a legacy that benefits future generations. Teach your children the value of saving. Show them the importance of working hard. Help them understand investing. Lead by example rather than words alone. The financial habits you model today may influence your family for decades to come. Remember that financial freedom is a journey, not a destination. There will be unexpected expenses. There will be setbacks. Markets may rise and fall. Businesses may face challenges. But if you remain committed to the principles you've learned throughout this audiobook, temporary obstacles do not have to become permanent failures. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep investing in yourself. Keep creating value for others. Keep making wise financial decisions. Small actions, repeated consistently over time, produce extraordinary results. One day you'll look back and realize that escaping the broke life didn't happen because of one massive decision. It happened because you made hundreds of small, disciplined choices that gradually transformed your future. The life you want is built one decision at a time. Financial freedom is possible. Not because it's easy, but because it's achievable for those who remain patient, disciplined, and committed to continuous growth. You've already taken an important step simply by listening to this audiobook. Now it's time to apply what you've learned. In the conclusion, we'll review the key lessons from this journey and discuss the first action you should take as you begin building your own path toward lasting financial freedom. Conclusion. As we come to the end of Escape the Broke Life, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've taken together. We began by discovering why so many people remain financially stuck and how hidden habits, financial leaks, and the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle can keep us from moving forward. Next, we explored the importance of changing your money mindset. You learned that lasting financial success begins with the way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the daily habits you choose to develop. From there, we discussed how to take control of your money through budgeting, living below your means, building an emergency fund, and understanding the difference between needs and wants. You then discovered practical ways to increase your income by learning valuable skills, creating additional income streams, negotiating for greater opportunities, and building businesses that solve real problems. After that, we explored how to make your money grow through consistent saving, wise investing, compound growth, and purchasing income-producing assets that can work on your behalf. Finally, we discussed how to build a life of financial freedom by developing long-term wealth habits, protecting what you've built, planning for the future, and creating a financial legacy for the people you love. Remember, financial freedom is not built in a single day. It is built through consistent decisions repeated over months and years. The most important step you can take after finishing this audiobook is to put these lessons into action. Choose one area of your finances that needs improvement and begin today. Create a budget. Start an emergency fund. Read a personal finance book. Learn a new skill. Open an investment account when you're ready. Begin a side hustle. Whatever your next step may be, take it. Every small action moves you further away from the broke life and closer to the life of financial freedom you've envisioned. Your future is created by the decisions you make today. Believe in yourself, stay disciplined, keep learning, and never stop investing in your future. Thank you for listening to Escape the Broke Life, here on Money Mastery Audiobooks. If you found this audiobook valuable, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future audiobooks designed to help you master your money and build lasting wealth. Feel free to share this audiobook with friends and family who could benefit from these financial principles. Together, we can help more people build a future of financial freedom. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Until next time, remember this. Master your money, build your wealth, and create the future you deserve, one wise financial decision at a time.